Hi there, Karen Flaherty here. Welcome to the Human Design Report for April 10th, Saturday, April 10th of 2021. And today we move into the gate 42, which is the gate of completions. And so it's a very much different energy than we've experienced the last 2 weeks. We were in the gate 21, which was all about control and being controlling or being controlled. The gate 51 last week was all about shock, either doing or saying shocking things or having shocking things happen to you. And now we're into a little more of actually a business energy, more about completions and finishing things and getting things done. So let's get into the slides and I'll show you what's going on this week. Okay, so this week, as I said, we've got the gate 42, which is all about completions. And where this shows up on the chart is right down here off the bottom of the sacral. And so we start the week, it actually started today, earlier this morning, GMT time, and it goes until just right into April 16th, next Friday. And then it will change to the gate 3 on April 16th. So this week we've got the sun in gate 42. We've got the earth in gate 32, which is called duration or continuity, but that's also, that is part of the business circuit. And then the 1949, which had been over here, the 49 finally went away. And now we've got the gate 21 is back again just for today, tomorrow, in Mercury as the gate 45 moves out of Venus. So the gate 21 is coming in, the 45 is going out, but it makes everybody again feel like they're manifestors a little bit. It's this manifestor energy going on. So that's what the chart looks like today. So what it's all about is the gate 42 is the gate of increase, and it's increase and growth in the original I Ching. It's kind of the expression of resources and coming together with others so that you can help things to increase and grow and get to completion, right? And once you get to completion, you get to start the cycle again. So it's actually part of the whole channel of cycles, and the cycles can happen in everybody's life to a certain extent, but definitely when people have this, either the 53 or the 42 in their charts, that's definitely going to be in a cycle for them. But it helps them to maximize the development of their full potential. And that growth can be self-fulfilling, and it naturally leads to influence, as you can imagine. When you're able to complete things, you're in a position of power. You're in a position that is watched, is perhaps impressive to others, perhaps allows them to see what you're capable of, right? When you can complete things. So it's a really nice energy to have. And so in IHDS, the incarnation crosses this week are the cross of the Maya, the cross of completion or juxtaposition cross of completion, and then the left angle cross of limitation. So in the gene keys, they talk about expectation is the shadow here, where you're kind of expecting things to be completed, and maybe sometimes they're not, right? Because of different variables. The detachment is the gift, where you can actually trust that things will go along in their own time, and that you'll be able to be detached from the outcome, right? That you're not attached to what happens, that you can allow whatever happens to happen. And then celebration is the CD, or the highest expression, right? Where you're celebrating your successes. So that's kind of cool. In quantum design, it's called the gate of conclusion. And then the gate 32, which is in the earth, this is the gate of duration. As I said, it's part of the business circuit. It's also considered to be continuity in the original I Ching. And so this is all about starting businesses, complete, and allowing businesses to have a durable component to them that leads to continuity. That's the whole idea there. So you put that together with the gate of increase, growth, and the gate of duration in 32. And these two always go together because they're always, whether they're in the nodes or in the incarnation cross, they're always going to go together because they're always right across from each other. This is why we consider it to be such a potent energy, because it's all about growth in business and in cultures, right? In the world, in whatever environment we're in. And in the gene keys, they call it failure is the shadow, because it's the fear of failure. 32 comes off the spleen, and so it's all about the fear gates. Fear is in the fear of failure here, or the fear of success too. Some people have a fear of success in business. That's quite common as well. Preservation is the gift, where we're basically keeping things in the flow, keeping things durable, keeping things moving. And then veneration is the CD, because without business, really, without some kind of commerce, without some kind of trade, without some kind of way of exchanging goods one for the other, where would we be in society, right? So we all need to have this at some point. And in quantum human design, it's called the gate of endurance. So I just want to tell you a little bit about where we're going for the week, because where we're going for the week is, again, defining four centers within the chart, which is a lot. And most people do not have these 4 centers defined on their charts. And so it's going to feel, again, as if they're having energies kind of catapulted onto them and impressed upon them or imprinted upon their body graph. So as the week progresses, we've got by April 14th, which is, I think, Thursday, everyone's going to have the potential to feel like they're an emotional manifesting generator. And that may feel a little different for you. So what happens is Mars is moving into the gate 12, and it hooks up with Neptune, which is already in the gate 22. So here's the 12 coming off the throat. 22 has already been in for a while, and it will be in for quite a while because it's in Neptune. And then so that defines both the throat here and the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is a motor. So that is going to be a motorized throat for everyone in the world. Everyone in the world is going to feel as if they have this energy. And then the Venus is moving into the gate 3 down here, between the sacral and the root, and that hooks up with Uranus, which is in gate 60. So here we're going to have the root and the solar plexus defined again. And so, sorry, the root and the, I meant to say the root and the sacral defined here. So everyone is going to feel as if their sacral is defined. So whether you're a manifestor or projector or reflector, everybody's going to feel this week like they have their sacral defined. Everyone's going to feel like their root's defined, whether they have it defined or not. They're going to feel emotional, because a little emotional at least, because of the 1222 in, and they're going to have a motorized throat. So everyone is going to have the possibility to be speaking their truth, talking perhaps a little more than usual, perhaps a little more emotional than usual, thinking that they have sacral energy, which they actually don't, but they're going to feel like they do. And then the root center defined as well. Now, as a result, everybody's going to be tired by the end of the week. So be sure to be gentle with yourself, takes a little time for yourself, and allow yourself the time to rest if you need it. Here's some people who have this, who are personalities born in this sun gate, in the gate 42. So these, again, would be the incarnation crosses of the right angle cross of the Maya, juxtaposition cross of completion, and the left angle cross of limitation. So we've got a bunch of actors and actresses, the painter Raphael, the retired Pope Benedict, Emma Watson, Andy Garcia, Claire Danes, a few other people. And perhaps that you, well, it's hard to see any, I won't make any conclusions here, but, when David Letterman up here, who's this? David Letterman in the corner, people who are generally long-term business people who are also in their chosen profession, right? People who have been successful over a period of time. And that would, again, lead to the, or be in part because of the gates 32 and 42. This week in history is kind of interesting because a lot of things happened. It was a little bit crazy looking up the history this week, but everything from sports things in 1970, the Beatles broke up. In 1998, the Northern Ireland Peace Accord was signed after 30 years of unrest and violence. President Johnson in 68 signed the Civil Rights Act, and President Truman fired Douglas MacArthur. So a lot of completions, endings, right? And FDR died. The Nuremberg trials ended in 1949. There were a bunch of completions, right? A bunch of things ended. And even in sports, I'll say that, Hank Aaron making his first appearance on the ball field and Tiger Woods becoming the youngest player to ever win the Masters. And Jackie Robinson also becoming the first African-American player in the major leagues baseball with the Dodgers. A lot of these were completions in my mind because they were the end of segregated policies. Ways to segregate people and discriminate against people ended. And so it was only the beginnings of those endings, but they were some endings. And so I would think of those as endings. And then finally, the Titanic sunk that week. And that was definitely a start and a completion that week, as it unfortunately was hit by an iceberg and sunk in the North Atlantic. And President Lincoln was assassinated in Washington, D.C. So again, the end of an era, right? The end of a long-term, durable Civil War, for example, long-term durable discrimination against players in the major leagues and in the Masters and things like that, and long-term policies that started to be put into place so that the other things could end. So it's a cycle, right? It's always a cycle. This is the way the Gate 42 is. It's always a cycle. And so I hope you'll take some of that information in, allow it to be part of your life this week so that you can see where it's affecting you and where it's not, and then make the decisions that really make sense for you, again, according to your strategy, according to your authority, so that you're doing what's exactly right for you and not at the behest of other people or that Gate 42. Thanks so much. Have a great week. Take care.